Today we have a very special guest on the show. One of the first battle rappers you've seen post the Lions Den era from Jersey, the face of undeniable TV, one of the franchise battlers from Block City. He sparred with some of Jersey's best, Old Red, Dre Dennis, J400 Block. Has been alongside some of the biggest names in Jersey. We've seen him on UW, The Trap, multiple leagues. And he actually opened up the battle rap world to blogging. On the show we have today, Spee Dolla. Spee, what's going on, man?
Hey man, what's good? God damn, man. Like I ain't never had an intro like that, man. That was amazing, bro.
Man, people
Sometimes
don't.
sometimes I forget a lot of the shit I did.
I think a lot of people underestimate your impact back in the day because in the intro
Yeah,
I gave you, you opened up the world to battle rap blogging. Like when you started blogging early 2008, we still didn't have like a concrete battle situation. There was no URL still. We had the lines then, we had grind time, but like we
fact,
never had coverage.
fact. And like the whole point behind that was like, you know what I mean, me and Dash was just sitting back like, yo, nobody don't even know these dudes. Like, you know what I'm saying? They don't even know what's going on. Like we gotta open this up more to the world, you know what I mean? Like so it was just more so of that aspect of it, and we was just like, yo, we just gonna start talking about it. You know what I mean? We ain't even expected to get no traffic really. It was just like YouTube gave us a you know what I mean, a voice, so we just gonna use it type of thing. Like, but it was beautiful. You know what I mean?
Mm-mm.
It grew, and now the bloggers and you know like you guys podcasts and things like that are almost bigger than battle rap itself. Like without you guys, this shit don't even breathe no more. So that's beautiful.
Yeah, man. I think about one of the first battles from URL when Sue Surf battled Young Ill. Before they battled, they had like interviews posted prior to their battle, and Young Ill was like, "I'm tired of this guy always blogging. This guy always blogging." And then I'd look back to when Arsenal battled Awkwards, and you made him do that school bus blog. I feel like you were
Yeah.
kind of the engine to a lot of the Jersey battlers doing blogs. Am I right on that?
Oh yeah. Like there's a funny story behind that whole thing. Like me, Dash, and Ars, we just riding around one day, and we trying to figure out how to. We was actually about to shoot a video for his T Rex disc. So we like, damn, like what we gonna do with that? And we ended up riding past like a school bus yard, and we like, yo, we gonna break in this shit, bro. Like we shooting this shit right here. He like,
That's
nah, man, niggas gonna talk shit about that shit. Like, man, fuck that shit, bro. He like, you know what? Yeah, word, fucking, I'm with it. Like, he like, I'm gonna embrace that shit. Know what I mean? Like, so we got up in there, and you know, it's history now.
That's hilarious, man. That's hilarious. And uh, a lot of the guys from Jersey that are battling now too. A lot of them have been out for a long time. Like I think of J400 Block. Like even though he battled back in 2011, but he's much more active now. So people see him now, like
Yeah,
on smaller cards, smaller stages, smaller leagues. They're like, oh, who's this new guy? And it's like he's not new. He's been around for years. Both of you
yeah,
guys been around for
like
years. Like
even people like Av, like you know what I mean. You got people calling him new, and he battled some of the biggest names in battle rap 5 years before y'all heard of him.
a lot of people don't remember it, but T Top was out battle out in Jersey too before he even blew up as well. UW,
Yeah, he was
he
on the draft. He
mm,
was on the UW draft,
mm-hmm.
and they tried to get me to battle him back then too. Like when he, cause he won the draft, so they was like, "Yo, Speed, he won the draft." You know what I mean? They offered me a nice little check too, but I'm like, nah, we ain't going that route.
Let's take it back a little bit, right? With Block City, because Block City is where we saw Surf, we saw shit. How did talk to me about the Block City League? Like, how did it conjugate? How was it set up? Who's behind it all?
Well, I came into Block City maybe a good year or so after they were already established, and but the founders of Block City was Hazy Rule, Bawan, and I forget the other cat name, but them three came together, you know, formed Block City. Block City was more like a rap group for North, like like some Wu Tang Clan type shit. You know what I'm saying? So once they did that, you know, that's why you never seen Arsenal battle on Block City. You know what I'm saying? Like he was, I guess, down with Block City as a rap group, or he rode with them. You know what I mean? Sometimes because
Mm-hmm.
Block City and 400 Block, which is what Suge rep or was repping, you know. they was all together at one point, or rapping together. You know, I'm from East Orange, I ain't from North, so I met them like that. Like they came to my studio and shit that I had based in my crib. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's how I started to meet and mingle with them. You know what I mean? Like that through the music. And I met Hazy Rue after the fact of me battling O-Red. Like O-Red was my first battle ever on camera. Like I never battle rapped before, period, ever.
Yeah, I
Battle
remember
rapped
that
ever.
battle. It was outdoors. Really short battle too. Every round's like maybe 4 minutes. That's when rounds weren't so long back in the day.
Yeah, like the battle itself, the full battle probably wasn't no more than like 10 minutes. But like I said, like you know what I'm saying, that was my first time. That was my entry into battle rapping. Period. And Dash forced me to do that shit. Like, yo, you write all the time, you rap all the time, bro. Let's do this shit. Like, yo, all right, whatever, fuck it. But anyway, back to the Block City thing. So when I came into Block City, every battle I did after my first battle was on Block City. Like, you know what I mean? I had Dash introduced me to Hazy Rule when I battled. I think it was Young Greg, and I battled Young Greg, and he was like, "Yo, bro, you fucking dope. Like, yo, you think we'll come back and do another one?" And I'm like, this shit fun. Why not? I'll do another one. And I battled Lotta Zay's brother, Lance. Like these battles are not up anymore. For some reason, we had like an issue with somebody who had our footage, and it ended up they did some clown shit and deleted the shit. So, but those battles is not up. But then the battle I did after that was J400 block. You know what I mean? So after I did the J battle, Ozzy called me. He like, yo, what's up, bro? Like, you always here for me whenever I need you. You help me out. He like, yo, what you think about being a partner in this shit? Like, you know what I mean? So, and the rest was history with me and him from there. You know, we cracking day after that. Like, and we actually brought some of your biggest artists in the
Yeah,
light. Your JCs, your
absolutely.
QPs, your M Cities, uh, McKim's before he fell off the face of the map.
Rosenberg Raw.
Rosenberg Raw,
I think
Bill Collector.
his first battle was actually against you on Block City.
hmm Yeah, that wasn't a good battle in my opinion for me. Like at that time, like I was trying to create style, so I mean I liked it, but I don't think that people understood what I was trying to do then, because now that's what everybody does. Like just breaking words down and like that's all I did in that battle, and now that's what everybody does. So it's like I guess it was just a little ahead of its time. But I definitely don't take nothing away from Rosenberg. I still give him the battle. I'm like super honest when it comes to my battles. I think he won, but
Yeah,
I only have like 3 battles in my entire career that I could say that I could possibly lost or it's up in the air, and that was the Rosenberg battle, the Daylight battle, and possibly the J battle. Like the real deal battle, I feel like I won that battle only because of the elements that I had to deal with. Like I went to Pittsburgh, to his hometown, to the bar like that he performed in like every week. So it was like I'm fighting his whole crowd, like, and I think I won him over. So for that
let's
alone, I felt like I won that battle.
I want to piggyback off that, right? Because a lot of people sometimes forget how difficult it is to go on the road, like to take these road games, especially in the
Yeah.
early days of battle rap. How did it feel? Tell us about the difficulty, because I know, but I feel like a lot of the new fans undermine that.
Yo,
You know.
no bullshit, my nigga. I could have wrote a story on this day. Like I was trying to rent a car to go out there. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't rent the car, you know. At that time I was way deep in the street, so doing legal shit was just something I couldn't do. Like so I tried to get somebody to rent the car for me, didn't go there. I ended up finding some nigga to rent me a van. Rented the van for me, nigga. Now I got me, I don't know if y'all know of Flafetti. Like, it's me, because Flafetti was supposed to be battling Rosenberg Raw. So I took him with me. Then I got like 12 niggas from my hood in there. We all, I don't play with my life, so I drove all the way to Pittsburgh. Not knowing, I'm thinking at this time, I ain't never drive to Pittsburgh, so I'm like, that shit in PA, my nigga. PA like 3 hours away, we good. I get into Pittsburgh, nigga, and still had like another 5 hour drive. Like, so that shit killed me. Drove all the way out there, like, did the battle almost immediately when we got there, like, because I ain't really had no time to like fall back or nothing like that and chill for a minute. So, like, I had to jump right in the battle rap mode, like, immediately. Did the battle and jumped right back on the road, like, right after the battle and drove back. My nigga almost fell asleep on the highway and everything. Like, so that shit, that traveling shit get crazy. So I definitely, once I got to a certain point, like, was like not doing that shit anymore. Like, they're flying me out. I'm not wasting my time. I'm gonna relax this whole time. But yeah, that traveling shit is crazy. It get real crazy, and in the aspect, like, it changes everything when you're doing a battle. Like, it's a big difference between being at a battle, you at the event, you chilling, you got your stuff relaxed, you don't went over your rounds, you good, you know what I'm saying? So you super comfortable versus you come in, it's like, go on. Like, oh shit, I ain't even get a chance to make sure I got this rep.
Right.
My nigga, I just drove 8 hours. My nigga, like, damn, like, I'm tired as hell. My nigga, I can get a Red Bull or something. Like, so, like, definitely that shit is crazy. And I did a lot of road battles. Like, people don't even notice that. Like, I don't have a lot of battles in Jersey versus outside of Jersey.
In the beginning of your career, you did.
Yeah. Most of my battles in the beginning was all home. But after a while, you know, once the name started to work itself around, I don't really got too many. New York is still local to me, so I don't really count that. Like, but other than that, like, most of my battles is out of state.
Right. And it seems like I remember one battle you had that was pretty big. You battled Danger Zone. And that battle, the same card, I think that's when Suge battled Zay, and there was a lot of back and forth between that. Do you think that was one of your toughest battles? Because I feel like that battle was something like, that's one of my favorite battles from you. Like, I always watch that battle. It's a good back and forth. So,
well, no. The night I battled Danger Zone was not the same night that Suge battled Zay. Suge battled Zay on the card we had. It was a Block City versus Abo card. I was actually supposed to battle Adi Boom on that card, and Adi Boom for some reason didn't come up. You know, free Boom, that's my nigga. The fucking snow. It snowed that day. Like, you know, a lot of they and them, they lived in South Jersey, but they was a little closer than where he was. He was like a little deeper in, so it kind of had him snowed in where he was at, so he didn't show up. I actually battled Danger Zone on our, like, Block City versus Pit Fight Baltimore type card we had. But, you know, he personally said to me that he didn't win that battle, just for, you know, anybody listening. So me saying that I won that battle is not just me saying that. Like, a lot of my opponents do that, and then people still discredit me. Like, you can't get mad at me. He said he lost. Same thing with Daylight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Daylight said to me numerous amounts of times that he felt like I was one of the only battles that he had. He said I'm the reason why he changed what he did in battle rap. And if you pay attention to history, it kind of shows itself. He was like, yo, like, that was one of the most lyrical battles he ever had, and it didn't get the exposure that it deserved. So he just started doing a bunch of clown shit because that's what they love.
Yeah, that was on the Anarchy card back in UW, and this was I remember that year 2012. That's when Daylight kind of broke out. That's when he had his battle with Rich Dollars, and you know he brought the ski mask out, and you guys had a really good battle. Like, clearly he respects you as a writer and as a rapper for that battle to go down. I remember that battle really weird. Like, there was nobody in the stage.
You gotta remember.
There was no one on the stage with you guys in that battle. You feel like that affected the footage?
Well, see, that was weird. Like, see, it's cool when you get a chance to get the behind the scenes and watch certain shit happen. When me and Daylight first talked about going on stage when we were at the event, I'm like, look, I fuck with you, but you know the type of nigga I am. I'm not with none of the goofy shit. Like, don't disrespect me out here. Like, so Daylight being Daylight, you know, he come from Watts, my nigga. Like, you could die going to sleep where he come from. You hear a nigga say some shit like that, you on your P's and Q's. Like, I didn't mean nothing by it in the sense of like, my nigga, we fucking you up in here. Like, nah, like, you know what I'm saying? He out here by himself. He came out here from Cali. I'm just like, yo, don't do no stupid shit. Don't try to disrespect me in here. Don't put me in a position to feel as though I gotta show you what type of nigga I am. Just rap, like, you know what I mean? So it really didn't have nothing to do with my entourage, but more so as a precaution, it's like, look, you can't bring your people on stage. He don't got no people here with him. Y'all just going up there by yourself. Like, you know what I mean? And I think it did fuck up what the battle could have been, because you get a better, like, the fans themselves catch bars more and get more reaction when they looking at the people in the crowd, because like, oh shit, he caught that. What he say? Like, you know what I mean? Like, even if they didn't catch it. So it's crazy that we even doing this interview today. I just had a one rounder that dropped from the trap today. You know, plugging that in there. So go check that out.
Yeah, man, that's kind of the whole theme of the podcast after the battle. I always try to get these rattlers after, events, after recent battles drop, after something comes into it, because people are already clicking and looking for you. So then they see the interview and they kind of like, it all meshes in together, where it's like, oh, this person just had a battle. Let's see how he felt about it. Let's see what he thought about this, And speaking of the trap, let's talk about your battle earlier this past month. Actually, last month in November at the trap, we battled Floss the Boss. It was unfortunate because I think that was that's one of your best rounds. That first round, you really came prepared. And I remember I was there. I was outside. I was outside when you was like kind of going over your rounds, and then I was like, I'm sure he's prepared. And he was like, damn, I don't know if I got this. And then when you go in there, you spit your first round, and we talk afterwards. I was like, wow, that first round could beat a lot of people on the main stage right now. Like, that was really good.
Well, like, cause I had just finished the rounds, like, and this is the first time I ever did that. Like, I'm the one normally calling old red or calling nice and like, yo, what's up with y'all niggas? Like, y'all bugging. Like, you got a month left to the battle and you ain't even start writing yet. Like, I'll be done a month before the battle. Like, I know it like the back of my hand. So that's why I don't think you've ever seen me choke in a battle, but like, that's why
I can't recall. Yeah, I can't recall.
But that battle, like, for some reason, I wasn't motivated by him. So it was like, my team had to get in my ear, like, bro, the battle about to come up. Like, we got like 3 weeks left, bro. You'd have been done by now. I don't know if you want to put that type of pressure on yourself. Like, nah, I'm good. I got it. Like, you know what I mean? And when I got into that first round, it actually was going to be my third, because I always write my third first. So I'm like, yo. And then when I let Red hit a round, he like, yo, that got to be a first. He like, yo, that got to be a first. Like, I ain't never heard you go crazy like that. Like, that got to be a first. I'm like, all right, fuck it, it's the first.
Yeah, you was in rare form. You was in rare form.
I appreciate it, man. I actually seen the footage. Mm-hmm. It looked a lot worse on the footage.
It really did. Yeah, it was unfortunate that he stumbled and he messed up so much, because it could have been a really good back and forth, or at the very least it could have been like, one. It takes two to make a good battle always. Like, one person.
But I'll say that from the footage, I mean, he looked it bad because you could still, it's the chokes are very obvious, but on the footage, it don't look as bad as it felt in the room, because you're used to him doing all those stupid pauses and shit like that. So a lot of times he played it up, you know what I mean? So it don't look as bad on the footage as you would think. I mean, back and forth wise, yeah, you're gonna just be like, yo, he just got slaughtered in there. Like, you ain't never seen Floss lose like that before. So
right.
But I told Mercy that he had a little side bet. He lost twice that day.
That's funny, man. You know what's one thing I hit me after the event where we were speaking, and then it like kind of came to my mind. I'm like, yo, I think Battlerap is missing this. Battlerap is missing rap as well, where like battlers kind of still do ciphers, like the cameras outside and everybody spitting. And I remember back in Undeniable TV, you guys had the 16-bar breakdown. Did you create that, or did Dash create that?
Well, it was like a shared thought, you know what I mean? Because we always felt like we had this problem with we think too much. So it's like, yo, niggas is not gonna get what you're saying unless you bring it back and say it again. And I'm like, yo, that shit be getting corny. He like, all right, why don't we do this? We'll make fun of it. We do a 16 bar breakdown. He's like, all right, cool. So you know what I mean? Like the name he came up with, like he's great with coming up with names and concepts. I just felt like it would be cool to break some shit down. Like, and then it's funny because I think like MTV had a show where they did some shit like that. Like so, you know, shouts out to Dash for being the creator he is.
Yeah, man, and in all these years, we've never seen Dash. We probably never will.
Well,
That's
not well.
amazing.
You absolutely will not. As crazy as it sounds, you will never see Dash.
No,
Even
and in the beginning of
peek
all your
back into
videos,
battle rap.
yeah, I remember the beginning of your videos, or like when you was like just introducing yourself, you was always like, "Hey, it's the CEO of Undeniable TV, me and Dash, but you'll never see Dash. Dash is like the Bill Gates and stuff. You know, you have all these computers, but you don't see Bill Gates, right?" And I'm just like,
Yeah,
man, and you guys had a good relationship with St. Louis before the Midwest really blew up. Like, you guys knew Verb, and you guys seen. I think you guys put the camera on Ill a few times. How was it?
yeah,
Like,
like
how?
we actually flew out to St. Louis for the first Midwest massacre. You know what I mean? On our own dollar. Nothing URL didn't. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Not
that
to
event,
take nothing
that
away
event,
from them, but
yeah, that event is classic, man.
and crazy night, crazy night. Like you know what I'm saying? Like shouts out to Bird. You know what I mean? 'Cause we stayed with him. Crazy dude that he is. You know what I mean? But like we flew out there, and that's when the blogging of the artist thing really became life. You know what I mean? Like once Dash sat smacking them down and broke it down to them, like, yo, this is what y'all need to be doing. Like, I need to be getting more incorporated with the artists. Because you remember, Smack came from just doing battles at the end of his DVDs to straight URL. Like, nobody even knew where none of these battle rappers came from. You know what I'm saying? Like, and these guys all had history with each other. Like, I didn't know none of these dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, battle rap to me was Murder Mook. That's it. That's all I knew. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, A-Verbs and Young Ills and Remedy was super big in battle rap. I didn't never know this. Like back in the Fight Club days, like he was one of those guys. Like, and I never knew that because I didn't watch that type of shit. I wasn't into that. I was into the street. Like so, you know, like thank God for Dash, my brother. Like he always kept me level headed. Hey, my nigga, what's up? Let's go to the studio. All right, fuck it, let's go. Like, you know what I mean, that type of shit.
That's what's up.
Like, you know what I mean, yeah, international P's and shit like that I did my homework on, you know what I'm saying? So I don't, when I say that shit to people, I don't say it from a cocky point. I say it like, yo, my nigga, when I first started watching battle rap, I had to do my homework too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know all of these guys was into this and doing this because I always used to wonder, like, how the fuck do Smack pick these niggas? How do he find them? You know what I mean? Like, no, these guys already were mingling with each other, you know what I'm saying? Like, the Lions Den, Fight Club, all that shit was entwined in one, you know what I'm saying? Then Grind Time came in effect, and once Arsenal got his feet wet over there, that opened the doors to more guys over here, you know what I'm saying? So it was like all of them was already making noise doing it, you know what I mean? So when Smack started URL, well, him and Beasley, it was just like battle rapper. It was just like, all right, who is this guy? This Big T guy and this T-Rex guy. You know, a lot of people might have knew who Rex was and Mass, you know what I mean? But most of the guys that surrounded them, we didn't know of. We didn't know who they were, where they came from. So when we went to St. Louis, that's what we wanted to change. You know what I'm saying? We wanted you to find out who Hitman Holla was and, you know what I'm saying, who A-Bird was. Deeper than just a quick, like, skit or something talking shit to Arsenal or something like that because they want to do a battle. No, we're going to get you in tune with these guys. You're going to find out who they are, the type of shit they do with their life. And that's what, to me, changed battle rap, you know. We still looking for the next change.
Yeah, it's interesting you mentioned, like, the emerging of battlers. And so, like, I have, like, a two-part question. So when you guys started the blogging and you guys started the camera and you guys built the relationships you built with the Midwest before the Midwest takeover took off in battle rap, can you describe the skill set like of like an A-Verb, a Young L, Remedy, watching these guys before they became the stars that they were today?
No bullshit to you. When Dash was like super cool with Bird from the fact that he shot the footage when he had that whole Guardian Angels duck. I'm still dubbing whatever that shit was. He said to the nigga SG or some shit outside.
People
Like,
forget that you guys put the camera on Verb. You guys
yeah,
were Vapor's first battle out here in the East.
yeah. Well, the beauty of it was we wasn't the only people that shot that footage. We just so happened to go home, edit our shit up the best, and more people, gravitated towards ours than anybody else's, and
Okay.
that's what actually blew Undeniable TV up on that side of the lane. You know what I'm saying? Because we was already good in Jersey. We were making all the Jersey artists, sing in the world. So that's what put us in the light there. You know what I mean? And Dash, he's just a brain, So he already was building relationships with people like Murder Mook and Loaded Lux. Like, people don't even know how much and how often, me and Loaded Lux chill. Like, I'm the only artist that I know of, or the first artist to have Lux and Averb on a track, you know. So, like, I
Yeah, I
try I
remember.
try
I
to do
remember that.
things
I remember
different.
that.
I try to do things differently, like, what I mean? Like, even with the way battle rap was being shot, like, we changed the way battle rap was being shot. Like, when you first saw URL battles, it was from the crowd to the stage. That's the only angle you ever got. Like, they just show the artist on the stage with the camera in the crowd. We changed that. We actually incorporated the whole shooting the artist from the stage to the crowd, letting you see what's going on in here. So it enticed people. It made you want to go to these events. Oh shit, it look lit in there. Like, I want to be there. You know what I mean? We was the first ones. Me and Jay 400 was the first battle ever shot with two HD, the 1080p whole thing, that whole era. We was the first ones to ever have a battle shot with two cameras. Like, and then if you remember, we brought that idea to URL after seeing us do it, because Twiz was with us at first. So that's when they did the whole big shooting the battles in HD thing, when they charged you for the Cortez and Marv 1 battle.
Yep. Yep. I remember that. That's when everything changed. That's when the landscape of
Yeah, that's when
everything changed.
they went from the whole JVC look to the whole HD look now, and the battles were being shot now from the stage to the crowd. That whole event was shot like that. But what people fail to realize is me and Dash shot the Arsenal and Hitman Holla battle. Like,
Oh wow.
and yeah, see, people don't know that. Like, but we fell back after that, like, that's something probably Dash know better than me, but because he had the conversation, I'm not the businessman. That's not my thing. Like, I'm more business wise now, because I'm older, so I understand it better. Like, but back then I was a real, like, hard rock headed street nigga. Like, so you say the wrong thing to me, I might want to slap the shit out you.
Wow,
So,
you shot one
like,
of the biggest battles at the time with as much tension as Hitman
in
Arsenal
battle rap
had.
history ever.
And then I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's one of the first, if not the first, battles to hit 1 million on URL. And that same night, I think Hustle battled iHeart. Yeah, that's right. So that was the first female battle on URL. That was a big night. But no shade to you guys. That's a tough night for Jersey. Oh, Red Choke, Suge Choke. Arsenal had a
Yeah.
good battle. It's a tough night for Jersey, but
No, yeah, Hurst loves that battle in my opinion. I love him to death too. That's my brother. Shout out.
it was
But I'm super honest.
a,
Actually, Arsenal, for some reason, in some way, always makes history. Win, lose, or draw. That battle changed how battles were being done. Hitman Holla in that battle really didn't go super punch heavy.
yeah, he didn't really have punches. He was more
He
angle.
more attacked. He more attacked Arsenal. You know what I mean? So it was like he came with an angle, and that changed battle rap. After that, it was more angles being done. It was more angle and everything. You had a lot less punching in battle rap. It was more angle. Now I need to put on a show. Then your bill collectors and all these other guys became popular and got more incorporated. So everything changed from that battle.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And then speaking of Jersey, so and battling, so this is where it kind of all comes together. you kind of help change the landscape of a lot of things from the ground up, and you're still involved with the ground making process. That's why you still battle a lot, like in the trap. You battle in the smaller leagues. You battle the up and coming battler. How do you feel about the state of Jersey, the way it's coming in? You have so much talent. There's so much raw talent in right now. You have Twerk, who's like one of the newest stars. You have a bunch of these guys out in the trap and country
Yeah,
ground
but
battle
Twerk don't
leagues.
claim Jersey, man. He claimed the DMV, man. I don't. That hurt my heart, man.
Oh man, but there's still a lot of
But
talent. It's still a lot of talent in Jersey.
yeah, man. Shouts out to Nice, man, my boy, man.
He's on the come
He's
up.
gonna
He was just on RBE.
he he gonna be the next big thing out of North. You know what I mean? Like you already got your Suge, your Old Red, J400 Block, Arsenals. Most of Jersey noise came from North, you know. And, you know, a lot of times them guys want to keep it to themselves. They want to keep it to themselves, but they can't have it all, you know. But they love Spee, you know. That's why a lot of people sometimes get confused and they be like, yo, Spee, you not from North? Nah, I'm not a North nigga. But, you know, I love my North niggas, though. I fuck with them. But, you know.
Spee, for people that don't know, Spee Dolla isn't actually your full artist name. It's a specimen dollar, something like that, right?
Nah.
It's you.
My,
I know
my, my full rap name
Spee is short. Spee is short for something. I know that.
Yeah, it's short for species, the 47th chromosome.
Species. Yeah, man. So a lot of people, when they battle you with the speed flips or the speed flips, you're like, it's not my name.
Yeah, they always add the D on, like Speed. Like, nah, dog, Speed is not me. My name is Spee Dolla, Spee Dolla, you know. Like, if it was Speed, it would be two D's there. Like, I did, you know, I guess people think I tried to get creative, like, and left one D.
Mm-hmm. It's funny, man. And then so you still been really active with battle rap, and you've said before in the past a couple interviews like you just find battle rap fun. You and Jay is interesting because you guys have been around for so long and have probably anchored so many movements in Jersey as a whole. What's inspired both of you, even in maybe different reasons? What's inspired both of you to be so active, even in today's era, knowing you guys been around for so long?
I love to rap. You know, if you ask anybody who fuck with me, and I don't fuck with a lot of people, so the people close to me know I love to rap. My nigga, I write all the time. I still write music all the time, you know. I still get paid for writing music, so, like, you know. Like, I love this shit, like, you know what I mean? And I guess I never had it in me that I don't care where people rank me. You know, I never gave a fuck about how people felt like, oh, well, you never did this, or you was never on this. Like, dog, like, it's history, and it's never going to leave. Like, so when kids 20 years from now go back and watch that shit, they're going to be able to say, yo, that nigga was crazy with it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, hate eras past. That's what people don't understand. Like, love is forever. Hate is always going to pass over because you can't hate me forever. Like, you'll get tired of that shit and want to hate somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, and the reason why I personally feel like, you know, I ain't never do URLs and shit like that, politics. You know what I'm saying? Like, for one, I don't kiss ass. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I ain't good with trying to fit in circles. If you don't fuck with me, you just don't fuck with me. And I'm not gonna try to make you fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause me and Smack got a good relationship, like personal relationship. I done brought him out to Jersey, had him out here in some of the nicest parts of Jersey, up in mansions and all kind of shit. So, you know, me and Beasley, good relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done business with this guy. Got him. Matter of fact, I think the first PG when Rosenberg battled Clean Paper, was it?
Mm-hmm.
They called me and got that spot.
Oh, nice.
They didn't have nowhere to do the event. You know what I'm saying? And somebody that knew I just had plugs at that time, like, called me like, yo, this nigga Beasley need a spot. So, like, word? You know, and I was more like ecstatic that he even called me, like, oh shit, yeah, hell yeah, all right, yo, tell me call such and such. He could get this joint for this. Trust me, fuck with me.
You know
what I mean? Like,
when we do things out of like our will and our heart, like just trying to do things for the right, just looking out for people. it always feels good, and we don't ever need the recognition. But in a sense of devil's advocate, just playing devil's advocate, down the line, wouldn't you have liked to have been like more appreciated or recognized for some of the things you were able to contribute, like those such behind the scenes, or you don't care for it to ever have been shown to light?
To be honest with you, there's not an artist in this world that don't want to be recognized on the highest levels that they possibly can for what they do, because it just makes you feel accomplished. That's like a basketball player. You want to make it to the NBA. You want to feel accomplished. You know what I mean? With me personally, I guess I'm not so down or heartbroken about it, because the people that are respected most in this culture respect me. So it's
That's
like,
real.
it's like they know what it's about. I could go to URL events and, yo, Beasley, what's good, my nigga? Yo, Spee, like, give me a second, I'm running around, but I got you, I'm gonna get you in here, don't even trip. Like, so it's not like the respect and the love ain't there, you know what I'm saying? That's why I respect these dudes, like, you know what I'm saying? I can't respect fake, I can only respect real, you know what I mean? Like, and I honestly feel like if I wanted to, like I said, if I wanted to, like, it's politics. Like, I can't blame businessmen for doing business. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a businessman. I own a league, so I know what it is to be a businessman and what it is to be your friend. And as a businessman, this is how I have to run my business. So I understand that portion of it, and me personally, I just don't fit comfortably into doing what need to be done to be a part of your business. That's why I like to own my own shit.
Right.
You know,
That's kind
do
of
things
why.
my way.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to like bring some insight to this, because I feel like when you talk about battle rap as a whole right now has grown so big that you have to break it down into sectors and sections and eras and times and leagues and multiple different categories. But when you talk about Jersey battle rap, maybe on the metrics you may not be there. Like, okay, I don't have 50 battles, I don't have these many views, I don't have this. But if you go talk about Jersey battle history, you can't talk about it without mentioning your name. And
Word.
I feel like that's a story that like a lot of people aren't enlightened about, and that's why I was like, yo, you know what? This needs to get this. People need to hear this. People need to know what's going on, because like there's so many battlers that like are just not active battlers, or just don't have the numbers that like more popular battle rappers do. But
Mhm.
they have put drive into the motor of this culture and this sport. You know.
Nah, and I appreciate you for even reaching out. You know what I mean? Like, no matter what level this shit gets to, the respect is always going to be the highest level to me that you could ever reach. And I feel like as much as battle rap's grown, that's the only thing we're missing. That's why the heartbeat is starting to slow down, and everybody keeps saying, you get so many people saying, oh, this battle rap shit ain't gonna last that long, because we are missing the heartbeat. We're not respecting the history. The history makes the future, like, because you got to know where you came from so you don't do the same shit. That's why we continuously doing the same thing. Nobody's going back and doing their
Mm.
history to see, oh shit, this was done already. This was done already. Oh, this was done like this. All right, well, this is what we could do to change it up, bring something new into it. I still haven't seen nothing different than what I feel like Undeniable TV has brought to battle rap. I haven't seen nothing change.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you.
Like, as far as graphics and battles, Block City was the first league to ever do that. I was throwing Twitters on the screen a long time ago. Like, so it's like, all right, we've done that. Let's do something different. I'll take it a step further. My only battle on RBE, we made history again. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to RBE and your boy Clip. You know what I'm saying? But we made history again. First battle and only battle, to my knowledge, ever shot with a GoPro.
Oh wow.
So we gave you different angles. What our goal was to give you the feel of being the artist. So we wanted you to feel how he felt as he watched the person he was battling, the moves he made, and things like that. So, but that's where I am with it. You know what I mean? I try to be an innovator, not an imitator. Like, let's see what we could change or what we could do different. You know what I mean? Like, and I just feel like we're not working hard enough to do that. Like, we settled in the fact that URL makes a bunch of money off just putting these great events together. So it's like nobody wants to try to do anything different. Everybody wants to try to catch them. They want to follow the Joneses. It's like, no, battle rap is a baby. You got to do something different. You know what I mean? Like, But it'll happen, I guess. If not, then we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, man. I think battle rap's in a really healthy place though. There's a lot of talent. I mean, there's so many platforms, and I think it's a little oversaturated with so many platforms. But there is a
Hmm.
lot of talent, and I do acknowledge the fact that you still go out to a lot of these events to like look at some of the up and coming talent. Like, okay, he has
Oh yeah,
potential. Oh
definitely.
yeah, like it's not easy. Like already being a premier battle rapper where you're like booked on bigger leagues. That's difficult, and
Mhm.
I can only imagine like what kind of drive do somebody carry to say, okay, I want to become a battle rapper. I'm down to take 5, maybe 10 battles, not getting paid, so I can finally break through and be booked over here, be booked over there. And you like to see that drive in somebody, that hunger. Despite the slip ups they might have, the slippage, the lack of preparation, the experience, you want to see the hunger. And I
That's
acknowledge.
that's my favorite part of it. Like, think about it. I mean, you watch this shit. How often are you like super excited to see what we consider to be like the all stars of battle rap?
Oh yeah, everybody gets excited for it always.
Yeah, but when you see the battle and you see like,
They get
damn,
excited. They get excited on paper, and a lot of times the names that people are so happy for don't translate the same way it would like live or on camera. So then people get disappointed, and people are not searching for the gems in the smaller areas.
and but the killer, like, the guys to me that make the most noise are the hungriest. Look at James. He's hungry and
He came
he's
he came a
getting
long
there.
way. He
He,
came a long way.
and he's getting there. Look at who else? Oh man, Twerk. Sometimes Twerk's only problem to me is that he feeds too much off the crowd. You know, he got to learn how to rap for the game tapes more. Because if the
Right,
crowd not with him, he's done up. You know.
right.
Who else? Chess, Chess, Chess. His hunger is what makes him great, and sometimes he doesn't. He loses that. When he loses that, to me, the battle doesn't go the way it should. But when he shows you I'm hungry, then he
Yeah,
wins the battle.
yeah. I seen him battle last night, and he looked like he's improved. Like you can tell he's really working on trying to avoid his stumbles, his slips, the chokes. Like you can see it in his face how much harder he's trying to memorize his rounds and prepare for the
Yeah,
battles. And he's performing better too. Like he actually had a lot of crowd control, so that you can see. And he's only 19, so like he hasn't even peaked yet. But yeah,
but
man, I think
Chess
we're
is
in
one
that.
of my favorites.
I
He's
think
one of
we're in a
my
healthy
favorite up
spot.
and comers.
Right.
No, I don't think battle rap itself is in a bad place. And I honestly, to me, it's not because of battle rap. It's because of people like you. When you got bloggers and you got podcasts being created off of battle rap, my man, battle rap, that's fucking amazing. I remember at a time where you could barely get a camera put in the battle rapper space, and who we consider to be legends would drive a bus 3 states just for you to film them. You know what I mean? Like, they're
Hmm.
actually getting paid to do interviews now. We got battle rappers on ESPN. Like, you know what I'm saying? So battle rap is doing its thing. I just feel like the history is
It
not
gets lost. It gets
being
lost. It gets
understood.
lost.
Yeah, and like, think about, like, I always try to compare it to hip hop itself. Look at hip hop. Hip hop is still a baby. Hip hop's like 40 years old, some shit like that. Like, so hip hop itself is still a baby. But look how often the more popular artists go back into the history. Look how they slandered the shit out of Lil Yachty for not knowing who Biggie Smalls was. Like,
Right.
you are not going to disrespect the history of hip hop to a hip hop head.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Why? Because this means everything to what we love today. The breakdancing, the scratching, this shit means everything. Battle rap is what it is because of that. And we don't take time out to understand that. Like, we don't take time out to pay homage to that. Like, You know how many people you could go up to right now that feel like, yo, I'm a diehard battle rap fan and say, yo, who international pick? Huh? What
That's
league he on?
yeah, that's crazy to me. It's crazy to
Who he
me.
battled? Not knowing that this the guy that put together the first Arsenal and Hollow the Don battle. This was the guy who made Arsenal who he was, really.
It's true. Arsenal's breakout
His,
was against Hollow.
that was the Hulkamanian leg drop. Like,
It's
you know what I'm saying? Like, but I had to go back and do my history. Like, I had to find this type of stuff out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that was the beauty of it. Like, oh shit, Arsenal, you nice. Like, I just seen your shit with Hollow, man. That shit was crazy. First battle I ever seen at Arsenal was him and Conceited.
Oh man, I remember I was in high school when that battle got announced, right? And I was a big Arsenal fan. Like I put my entire friends out in high school. I was on the battle rap, and I actually went to Black Star back when I was a kid to go buy like the DVDs of Sub Zeros and some of the mixtapes. And when I heard Arsenal Conceited was battling, I seen what Conceited did to Ilmac, and he's a punchline heavy rapper. This is before there's so many styles of battle rap. So like if you were punch heavy, you were almost unbeatable. And I was like, there's no way Arsenal's gonna beat Conceited. There's literally no way. There's literally no way. That's what I
that
thought.
was a crazy battle.
And Arsenal made history of that battle because his second round, this one rounds was still like 90 seconds, maybe 3 minutes at max. He had a 7 minute round.
But you got to remember,
That was unheard at the time.
Yeah. Also, this was back when they was breaking battles up on YouTube.
Yep.
Each one of
into parts.
Each one of those videos got like 5 million views right now.
And it's like three different parts of it. So like back in the day, you have one round uploaded, second round uploaded, third round uploaded, and it never made sense to me that the third round doesn't have as much views as the first. Like who starts the battle to not know the outcome? But yeah, you're right. That's how it was back in the day. Like things had to get split up because YouTube, I think, couldn't even let you put up that much content at one time.
Word. That's what it was.
Yeah, man. I think people forget some of the struggles and hurdles that we have to overcome to have battle rap into the light that we have it today.
Listen.
I
You don't know
s-
how many losses I took for battle rap.
Oh, I think everybody all around, like you have to have some kind of love to do this, and somewhere down the line you're going to be in the red.
But I mean, not even just on building me as an artist and building other artists. You know what I'm saying? Like booking these artists, booking these venues, not making a dime back. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we just letting people in. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the biggest battles in battle rap were done on Block City. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like some of your biggest battlers, today's number one battle rapper came from Block City. Just put it like that.
Who are you referring
Still,
to? You're
Free
referring
the
to
Wave.
Yeah,
Shout
man.
out to Surf, Free the Wave. But, he's the number one battler right now.
Yeah, man.
Hands down.
He's definitely a star, man. Like he's definitely like that's why I think with Surf it was crazy because Surf's same age as me. He's 26. I'm 26. And so one thing I think Surf realized way back in the day was, okay, this is a subjective sport. So me trying to go out there and win, I'm never gonna fully win because people are always gonna vote against me. It's always gonna be somebody to hate. It's always gonna have somebody have an opinion. What I got to do is pick somebody who matches my intensity, and that way me and this person have a good battle back and forth that's going to create consistent replays. It's gonna create consistent conversation. It's gonna create consistent value. That's how it happened with him and Young Ill. And then him and DNA, it wasn't such a great battle because of his delivery, but he learned a lot. He learned a lot.
Funny. That was so funny. When he battled Young Ill. Like if you watch that battle, like
It's one of my favorite battles.
I'm right behind him. Like right behind him. And every round he turned around to me. He was so nervous. Every round he turned around like, yo, bro. It's like that shit was good. I'm like, bro, you wrote this shit, bro. Like, trust me, that shit was crazy. Like, and when he did the whole sneak in the door shit,
Right.
Like the like to see it on camera don't even
justify
give you half the energy that went through that fucking room. when he
Wow.
did that shit. I was like, yo, what the fuck, nigga? Like, where the fuck that come from? Like,
And I think he was 19 when he battled. 19, 20. He wasn't
yeah,
past 21, so that was
nah,
incredible.
he was a young bull back then. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was still fresh rap. You got to remember, he just came home. Like, so, you know what I mean? Like, people don't even know. Like, everybody think every time. That's the funny thing about Suge. Every time he come back and smack the shit out of battle rap with something super impactful, he just came home. He just came home for the Young Ill shit. He just
X
came
Factor.
home when he did the X
X,
Factor shit. And I'm quite sure the next
Big T, the Big
embarrass.
T. I mean, he wasn't
Yeah,
out for long, but he did get arrested, and then right after battle,
yeah.
Big T.
Like,
So like, when he comes out of like the pen, it's almost as if like he's a whole different battler. He's in his rarest form.
it's like you almost got to think about his opponent. Like, what type of mind state you got, dude? Like, you basically looking to commit suicide. Like,
Speaking of surf, I have a big question for you since you're like the historian for Jersey's battle rap. What was it like in the Jersey area and in the culture and in like in the hood when Suge and Surf got announced and the battle was not when it happened, but when it got announced and when the battle was about to take place? Like what was the talk like at the time period throughout the like in Jersey?
without saying any incriminating things,
Disclaimer.
intense, super intense before, super intense during, and super intense for a little bit after. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I felt like I was so mad at that battle itself. Like, that battle was supposed to be Averb Hitman times 10. And I think people don't understand how real that shit was. So because of the fact of the real emotion behind that shit, it couldn't go there. It couldn't get there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, them two, that was like a Biggie Tupac situation. Dead ass. Like, it could have really went like that. Like, these two guys just got a minor dispute. You know what I mean? Like, not really that bad. Because for the most part, they friends. But they gangs ain't trying to hear that shit. Like,
Like, were you torn between it? Like, nah, I can't side
well,
with this.
me personally, nah, you know, like, because for one, you know, I don't bang, so I don't give a fuck about that neither way anyway. But, you know, and then again, I'm not from Newark, so I'm like, I'm on the outside end of this shit. Like, I don't, you know, it really doesn't do me. I'm going to fuck with both of y'all at the end of it anyway, so it don't really matter to me. Like, you know,
Okay.
I think for battle rap, it's great. But personally, I don't think it should happen. I told him that before they even, you know, me and Suge talked about that shit for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, bro, I don't think y'all should do it. He like, what you think, the nigga gonna beat me? I'm like, bro, you in your feelings right now. Like, no, I don't, you know what I mean? I just don't think, and I was right. I don't think the emotion is going to be able to allow y'all to pull this shit off. I was right. Like, you know what I mean? Like, with Averb and Hitman, they already hashed out their differences before doing the battle. You know, when they did the battle, it was more like, all right, we done been through what we've been through. Now I'm gonna get to talk to you, nigga. Like, and I'm gonna get paid for it. And I think they, you know, I knew they wasn't gonna allow that part to overweigh the emotion behind it. You know, for the fans who loved it, you know, it was what it was. But me personally, just knowing both of them and what that battle could have been. Like, look at Suge now. Suge taking off.
Oh yeah, Suge.
So imagine that battle.
Suge's hit his prime like a couple years before this actually. Like, I remember when he first came out in his early URL days, a lot of the fans weren't so receptive to him, and he just kept going at it, kept working, and then eventually he just grew into a fan favorite. You know.
Well, see, that's the beauty of battle rap being so young.
I mean, already had the same situation.
But you got to remember, it's such a new wave of battle rap fans. This is probably one of the first genres of music I ever seen this happen to. Like, the new wave of fans drowned out the past so much that a lot of artists that didn't get their just due still have a chance to do so. Like, think about it. Like, you still got people looking to. Oh, Solo's my cousin. That's my blood cousin. That's my
Yeah,
family.
you guys had that battle. It was pretty funny.
Yeah. Like, I be bugging out, like, the amount of fucking leagues that call him, and not because they call him, but it's the approach. It's like, yo, dude, I seen your battle. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I think you want to come up. Like, what? My nigga,
What?
he was on.
What? He's a Jersey
Madden.
He's a Jersey legend.
Like, my nigga.
Before before the Arsenal wave, I think even before the Sirius Jones wave, it was Solo. Am I not mistaken?
Like, dog, do you know he's on Madden? Like, are you crazy? He's getting residual checks, bro. Are you fucking ridiculous? Like, but once you sit back and you understand, like, yo, this internet shit changes everything.
It's crazy.
Like, you got like a $20 million flood, a 20 million people flood. I mean, that just overwashed the first million people that knew about Battlerap.
It's crazy.
So everything is new to them, other than what was popping when they start watching. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's a gift and a curse. Like I said, it's a gift and a curse. It's a curse because it's like, damn, you don't even know what I did for this shit. But then it's a gift because it's like, yo, the leagues that matter and that count as businessmen, they not gonna not book you because you popping. They gonna go get that money. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna look at it like, well, shit, he done passed his prime. No, my nigga, URL just had a PG with a nigga that looks 60 named Moon. How many times he passed his prime? You know what I'm saying? But
right.
you know, fate has his own way of shining light on people. And look, now he got another opportunity to do something he probably always wished he could do. So it's cool. Like I said, it's a gift and it's a curse, you know?
Yeah, man. You saying that just makes me think of just Jay 400 Block and how he's really catching a second wind now, and he's really active. And he's really like showing a lot of effort into his battle career. And he's been around he's been around for so many years, you know. So it's not like he's new. He's not like he's new. Like just like you said, the fans be like, oh, he's on the come up.
2009, 2010, some shit like that.
2011 was his first battle.
Yeah.
Well, I mean on camera. I mean, I'm sure you guys have been battling way before the cameras is out.
Well, no. See, and that's the crazy thing. I never did a battle rap ever before I battled over rap.
Oh wow.
Never in my life. Like, you know, like I just did music. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, me and Dash was a rap group at one point called the Hell Spitters. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. That's history right there. But
wow.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, once Dash had a problem where his mind outthought his action. Like, 1 minute he'd be rapping, next minute he'd call my house and he's like, yo, bro, I got this camera. Like, all right, fuck you doing with that? Like, I don't know. Call me 2 weeks later, hey, yo, I just saw Murder Mook. Like, Murder Mook, the battle rapper? He's like, yeah, the nigga on the Smack DVD? Word. Say word. I'm like, yeah, we about to go see that nigga in a minute. Get the fuck out of here. Like, yo, where you at? I'm on the block. Here come Demi. We go do that thing. Like even now, like, you know what I'm saying? His son, who was like with us all the time, every fucking day, his son's a motivational speaker. You know what I mean? And King Na. Been all over the fucking world. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
CBS. Fucking they just finished doing a deal with Warner Brother. You know, been everywhere. Dubai, Mexico, Africa. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I said, like, you'll never see Dash in battle rap again. But, like, you know, that's my brothers. So, to the end of the time, I could call him, he gonna pick up right away. Like, it's been so many people that tried to get me to get him to do, like, a documentary on the history of battle rap. Because, like,
yeah, it's needed.
He like the spinal cord to battle rap. And people don't know that. Like, the mode that battle rap runs with right now, he created. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to D-Rec, because I feel like if Dash is the, like, spinal cord, then D-Rec is, like, the brain. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, we have a handful of historians that need to just come together and create a project, man, because their knowledge is impeccable. They've seen so much.
You sit Dash, D-Rex, Smack, and Beasley, Chico, because Chico's a major part of that brain too. You sit these guys, even Debo. I can't leave Debo out. Debo created the lane for the women. You know what I'm saying? Like, you sit these guys in a room and just let them come up with what battle rap needs next. I guarantee you it'd be some fucking mind blowing shit. You fucking around see people fucking being holograms in other countries or shit. But that's what it needs, and those are the brains that could do it. Like, not taking nothing away from nobody else that has done what they've done for battle rap or created in battle rap, but to me, those are like your founding fathers on what needed to be done for this shit to be where it's at.
I think despite who you may choose to be a process of innovation, as a whole, what battle rap just needs is unity. Like a whole bunch of everybody's so smart. Everybody just comes together. It could create something much more bigger. You know.
You know how amazing battle rap would be with one big league.
Oh, we can do the rankings. We can do the records. We can do the stats. We can do all that.
Because this shit is already like wrestling. Like, let's be real here. It's already like wrestling. Like, you go home, you put together this performance, you're about to allow this guy to say whatever the fuck comes to his mind in your face. Before the battle, to prepare for the battle, y'all gonna talk shit to each other. Y'all don't really got no beef with each other, but y'all creating, y'all creating this shit. Like, y'all putting it together so that the fans and shit love this shit. So, y'all go through all that, y'all do all that, boom. Battle happens, people are fucking super psyched for the battle. It's just like wrestling. So why not run it like wrestling? You get one big league.
Yeah, man. I it's a dream come true, man. But it's just hard. Everybody got to eat. I wish though. I always wish that
I think everybody can eat, and I think everybody can eat substantially if you do that. Everybody who deserves to eat.
Right.
Like, I mean, you still got to put the work in.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
then,
I mean,
I wish there was just more documentation of what used to go down about 10 years ago, or anywhere from 5 to 10 years ago, what used to go down in battle rap. Because it's for people like me, they were fans as a kid growing up and just going to these stores and buying things. I had to scout the internet. I had to be lucky, maybe run into a battle rapper in the streets. And I remember when I was a kid, I ran into Goods one day in the street. I don't live too far from Goods. I live in the Bronx, and I ran into Goods in the street, and I was like, "Oh shit, it's Goods!" Man, loud. And then my friend's like, "Yo, bro, he's not famous." I'm like, "Yes, he is. It don't matter." I think I was probably I was probably 16, 17, and I walked up to him and just spoke to him. And these little things, people forget, and it's so nostalgic, and it's so deep into the roots of the history of things, where it's wow, we didn't have all these resources, and we made something great. It was probably more organized back then than what it is now sometimes.
It is. It really was. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a lot less to deal with. It was a lot less traffic. But just to touch on the fact of what you just said about the good situation, those are the type of things when I feel fuck battle rap that make me continue to do this shit. Walking in the store, and somebody I never saw in my life come up to me, "Yo, Spee, yo, you inspire me, bro. I watch your shit all the time. You know what I mean? That shit be making me go, oh, man, that's crazy. Bro, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Seeing little kids, yo, I just watched your battle, yo. That shit, it keeps you going and make you feel damn, I am appreciated. You know what I mean? So.
Right.
That shit is always a good feeling, you know what I mean?
Absolutely, man.
I'm a fan of battle rap myself, so.
Who's your top?
Oh, Lux, man, hands down. You know what I mean? And probably because I got to spend so much time with him, you know what I mean, and pick his brain so much. I don't know if you paid attention enough to notice, the way I rapped when I started battle rapping versus maybe, where did I switch it? Your boy Clip battle was when I just went back to rapping with more of what I like to call a beat format, with a flow, more so cause, and I bit a bullet in my opinion, more so cause I got tired of hearing the surf references and shit, and it's dude, I created this style that I rap with, I don't know if you know this, but anyway, if you feel like my style and his style is like so similar, I'm gonna show you how that much good of an artist I am, and I'm gonna change the whole entire way that I rap. Like, so I just went to a whole like on beat, more flow type of battle rap. Like, you know what I mean? So, but I honestly say, like, because I read the comments, everybody reads the comments, even if they tell you they don't. Like,
Right.
the opinions change. People, I guess, like, they dig the cadence more, the energy, like things like that. I hear in the comments. So, like, you know, like, I guess we all gotta grow and we all gotta change. You know what I mean? To become what we want. Like, so I'm not pig-headed or big-headed enough to not take people's opinions. So I heard it for a while, and it's like, you know what? All right, I got something for you. To me, it was more like, I'm gonna show you how good I am. But I guess to the fans, it was like, thank you. But I gave them what they want, you know. And I kind of like this way better though. Like, it gives me room to do more, you know. So it's kind of fun rapping the way I rap, man.
Yeah, man, that's what's up, man. Well, what's the next move for you? Anything planned already booked for 2018, or you just?
Well, I've been talking to a couple people. Like, you know, I could say I'm picky about the battles I take, but it's not so much more picky. It's more comfortability. You know what I mean? I like to be comfortable because I don't really need your money, you know, or your exposure. Like, so it's like I just want to do what's fun for me and what makes me comfortable. So when I do battles, it was all due to how comfortable I felt about doing it. You know what I mean? Like, so I mean, shouts out to RBE. He always, you know what I mean, holla at me. He always try to get me to do something for him. So, you know, we never know at the moment. You know what I mean? If I had to say who I would want, like who's on my list, I never really had a list, but
You don't have,
I
you
like,
don't have,
I like,
you don't have a hit list, man. I feel like every battle rapper secretly has a hit list. They just never want to expose it, just because like, man, I'm not trying to deal with the flood of shit. Like, let me just keep it to
nah,
me, you know.
I only ever really had a hit list. My hit list only had one name on it ever, and that was X Factor.
X Factor, yeah, I
I,
remember.
I never really shoot shots at nobody else. I might shoot shots at the people around him. Like, you know, I might throw a shot at Miles because that's his brother or his boy. You know what I mean? But it's all the gun is always aimed at him. You know what I mean? But other than that, like, what I think would be a dope battle of like just lyrical ability is me and Chilla. I think that'd be crazy. You know, like, cause I'm more of like me and QP, a quantum
Clean?
physics QP.
Quantum, okay. Yeah,
Like
that'd be good too.
if I had to describe myself to any battle rapper, I would be like the more street QP. Like, he's more like backpacker. I'm more for the side block niggas. You know what I mean? Like, so
Right.
like when he say he gonna shoot you, it just sound good rapping. When I said you could,
I might actually do it.
it's your best bet to believe it, but it sounds believable because it is. You know what I mean? And I just feel like we have the same type of cadence as far as like, you just gonna have to catch up with this shit. Like, I'm gonna rap it, and when you get a chance, you catch it. Like, you know, so.
Yeah, man. I look forward to see what you do next, because that battle with Floss the Boss, man, your rounds were. I told you that day, like, your rounds were so advanced. Like, maybe you won't say it's one of your best, but I like, even O'Red told you, like, wow, that's some shit you said.
Yeah.
Like, I've never heard that. Like, I haven't heard you spaz like that in a while or ever. And like, it's weird. You don't think people could improve over time, but they do. They still grow.
Yeah. Well, that's the beauty of rap. Like, rap is like, it's like education. It's always room to grow. Think about it. LL Cool J was super popular in rap for 20 years. From 1988 to like 2008 or some shit like that. Like, when whatever that fucking something like phenomenal shit came out, like, to like early 2000s, like making platinum albums for 20 years straight. Like, so rap to me, like I said, is like education. It's always room to grow, because every time, as long as rap continues to grow and styles continue to change, you'll always have more lanes to incorporate into your style of what you do. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm. Let me get your
so that's
let me get your view on this, right? Because I see like you definitely compare battle rap a lot to hip hop, and you compare a lot of rap as a whole, like in the streets and urban rap, to hip hop. And so we know like hip hop has the four elements: DJing, MCing, b-boying, graffiti. What do you think of some of the elements in battle rap that creates the pillar to the sport, like in hip hop?
say it again.
So what are some of the elements in battle rap that like are like the pillars of battle rap, like there is in hip hop?
Oh,
In your opinion, like.
believability,
Mm-hmm.
major believability. Cadence.
Mm-hmm.
As a hip hop artist, your cadence carries you. Like your believability also carries you. You know. Oh wow, that's a great fucking question. Um, I just like to say that to me. I honestly could say just about everything goes hand in hand. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's just one of them you're not using the beat, but I'm quite sure some of your best battle rappers could say their battle raps on a beat. So it's like they go hand in hand. They really do.
One
I
one
think
as
I
one
think to be a great battle rapper, you gotta know
Yeah.
hip hop.
Right. Yeah, I think so too, because the history is really translatable, and you can take a lot of lessons from it. And what one
My
one
best example, Murder Mook. Look at Murder Mook. Murder Mook is the king at breaking his opponent down. That is classic hip hop. When battling first started, like and I did my history on this because I just wanted to know like when the first battle was, and it sparked like a snowball effect, and I just kept going and kept going and kept going. Like that was what it was about. Like you got to remember, like it was breaking your opponent down for what you saw. You got shoes like this, you got clothes like that. You whack like
Mm-hmm.
this, you whack like that type shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what Murder Mook does. Like he takes the strongest thing about you, and he just steps on that shit.
One of the elements that you mentioned, right? Believability. It's funny because I was always debating with people like how much does believability really matter in battle rap, because we have so many different battlers that aren't really from the streets. I'm like, it doesn't
Hmm.
matter per se to be the artist, but it matters in the battle with your composure. And I'll give you an example. It hasn't dropped yet, but last night's event at the Country Ground Battle League in the Holiday Homicide, Cable Guy battled Ready Rock from Jersey, and
Hmm.
while Cable Guy was spitting, Ready Rock he had his flag over his head, he had his hoodie on, he had the aggression, he got in his face, and then Cable Guy's like, he's like, don't get so close to me while I'm rapping. He's like, I'll do whatever I want. I'll do whatever I want. Like, he started like shouting in his face. It kind of got a little aggressive. And that
Hmm.
threw Cable Guy off to the point where it's like he lost confidence, and then he started stumbling in his raps. He choked. He didn't finish his
See?
round, and it gets to the point where it's like, okay, like you can tell Ready Rock's a little more of like a guy in the streets versus Cable Guy, more of a guy who's a writer, and that doesn't matter in battle rap, but the composure of it does.
Well, I'll tell you what it does. On stage and on camera. Your first round, no, perfect example. Joe versus Franchise, a battle that's out, so people can
Okay.
go watch it. I think Franchise went first,
Yep, he did. Yep, yep.
and the crazy part is I don't. I've never watched one of my battles more than once, unless somebody wanted to see it. Like, yo, let me see your battle, and I'll put it on, and I still won't watch it with them. But so it ain't. It's very. I could probably count on my hand how many battles I've watched more than once. But that battle still stays in my mind because of that fact that we're just talking about right now. Franchise came out and like just was super aggressive on this kid, telling him all kind of shit about himself that he's not. You're not this, you're not that, you don't do this, you don't do that. I never seen you do this. Don't ever talk about that. Don't start your round like this. Joe comes in his first round, crazy round, lyrically crazy. Had no feeling. Barely got any, like, he got reaction, but it was forced. Like, it wasn't just like, you deserve this reaction. It was more like, oh shit. And I guess, URL must have looked at it like, we don't want this to be a bad battle. This could end up being a classic. Like, give him a little love. Like, but he
Right
had
for the
no,
right.
no, and I could be wrong in someone else's opinion. So anybody watching right now, listening, go ahead, go watch that first round. Like, to me personally, he made me not even care what Joe had to say. Like, yeah, you can't talk about guns right now. Like, you don't even sound like you ever held one. So I get where you're going with that. Like, that definitely changes the aspect in the battle, but I also personally think it changes the aspect of who's watching the battle. Because now the viewer who pays attention to everything, these fucking fans watch the reactions of the people behind the battlers. So they're going to pay attention to how you react to the person you're battling. Like, and I think that changes who they pick as the winner or how they give you points in the battle versus what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, it affects a lot, man, because like your you have to sell it, man. Like if your composure's not there, your body language not showing, people are going to notice it. People are going to read it, feed off it, and they'll lose energy while you lose energy. And that's where you separate the people who are seasoned that know how to rap through through the bumps and the hurdles and play defense. Because in battle rap, it's not all offense. It's not just year round. It's just a
It's
defense,
not.
and people don't realize that there's defense involved into battle rap, and that matters.
Yeah, I always tune my opponent out. I can't hear shit you saying.
Mm.
Like, you gotta literally, like, catch eye contact with me to get me to pay you attention. That's why I always look down
Yeah.
and just got my arms crossed, because I'm not paying you no attention. I'm not even going over my round. Like, I'm actually literally like blacked out. Like, I
Wow.
don't want to know nothing.
Yeah, man, that works sometimes because then you don't react to nothing or you don't really play into their hand or anything. Especially if
Yeah,
like they try to get a reaction out of you, which like tries to like put more emphasis on their bars and make their punches hit harder. You won't give them that, so you're like, nah.
the one person that got me like that was your boy Clip, and that was only because he tried to say my bar and fucked it up. I'm like, dude, how you gonna try to use my line against me and just say it wrong? Like, I could tell you what I said. Like, it
Right.
made perfect sense. Like, what I said made perfect sense. Like,
Yeah, man.
but that's the beauty of battle rap. You gotta love this shit, man.
One last thing too. So beyond battle rap, right? Because I know you always mentioned like you love it for what it is. You love the sport. You do it for fun. Who is Spee Dolla outside of battle rap? Like, what's some of the things that motivates you, inspires you, things that you love to do, or you're doing now that you love outside of battle rap? Or if you're not doing it, you would love to get into it down the line?
Oh man, I do stand up comedy. For those
Oh,
that don't
word.
know, word, like, you know what I mean. Like, I try
How?
to incorporate people.
Yeah, okay, that's
I
cool.
try
That's
to
cool.
incorporate people into the real world of funniness, like what I like to call it. Like, you know, real shit in the world is fucking hilarious. You just gotta
Mhm.
laugh about it. But that's a little different for some people that really don't know me, because it's like, yo, dude, you have this like so solid demeanor. It's like, nah, people just don't know me. Like, and I'm not the type of dude, like, I don't extend friendships. Like, I vibe off vibes. Like, you know what I mean? If you're vibe right, then we cool automatically. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have to tell you like, we're friends. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like, so I'm kind of, I wouldn't say I'm quiet, because I'm definitely not a quiet person, but I am standoffish until I know what your vibe is like. You know what I mean? So some people take
Mhm.
that as like a hardcore demeanor or something, like, oh, that, don't fuck with him. Now, on the other hand, no, I'm not the type to play with. You know what I mean? Like, I respect your space, respect my space, type of thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna disrespect you, but if you disrespect me, I'm gonna take it as far as I needed to go for me to feel okay about what you just did. Like,
Mm. Okay.
so But like I said, I do stand up comedy. You know what I mean? Like I write skits for like short like comedy schemes. Not even just comedy skits and shit like that. Like short films and shit. I've helped write a few of them. I haven't written one myself solo, but I've helped write a few of them. You know what I mean? Like I do a lot of shit, man. Like I do. I'm a regular artist. You can go on my SoundCloud. I got a few things up there. I don't really just put music out unless I feel like it's worth doing something that's worth hearing. Like
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, you could go on my SoundCloud, check out some shit we got up there. Block City is not just a battle rap league. We are also a record label, like a real record label. You know what I mean? Like so.
I
When y'all
remember.
don't see us doing battle rap, or you know what I mean, or when y'all see me, you might see me in my battles like Mr. Block City, and then I have people be like, "Well, Spee, what's up with the battle side of Block City? Because it's like you are not a part of that anymore." It's
Oh
like,
no,
no,
I've seen that. Like Block City's really active right now with a lot of music. There hasn't been a lot of battles, but I'm still seeing a lot of music come out. But even back in the day,
yeah,
you had blogs where you tell people like, "Yo, send us your music. We're listening to you." This is when MySpace was out. Like you're listening to artists on
mhm,
MySpace, and you had artists. I think even like they were like were in the part of the were in the U.S. from other countries. Like you listen to their music too.
yeah. But the killer is this: Block City Battle League is very active, and next month January, I forget the date. Like I said, like I don't do the battle rap part anymore. Like we trying
Oh
to be
yeah,
more,
there's a card out. Dre Dennis is battling.
yeah, we're trying to
Mm-hmm.
be more business on the battle rap part. Me and Haji, like as far as like I said, like we done been through the trenches of booking artists and flying them out here and going through that. So the people that we got running in now, it's family. So it's not like we went and got some outside guys and brought them in. No,
Mm-hmm.
this
Mm-hmm.
family. And it's like it was like a little brother type of thing. It's like, yo, look, you want to deal with that shit? All right, cool, no problem, run with it. Like, so when they need to call us for certain artists to try to get certain things smoothed over a certain way, they do. And we let them run with it. We check out a few things, certain things they do, make sure they're just not damaging the name or fucking the name up, making us look bad. Everybody not gonna like what you do. We gotta explain that to them. So don't be mad at the haters and people are like, oh yeah, nah. Everybody not gonna like what you do, but do what you do. And if we don't like something you do, you'll know. But look at this fucking three-way they got. Dre Dennis, Shotgun Suge, and New Jersey Twerk.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So something super crazy. Like, but shit like that. Pat Stay on the card. You got J400 Block on the card.
Yep.
O Solo on the card. Ines
Yep.
on the card.
Ines on the card. Yep.
Battling Yeah, battling some of the new up and comers that we trying to make your new surfs and Shotgun Shugs and old Reds and J400 blocks from Jersey, and this
It
is how
takes
you do it.
Yeah, it takes time. Everybody forgets that it takes time. It just
Yeah,
you gotta
this shit don't happen overnight.
right. Briefly too, before I let you go, I remember when you were mentioning some of the things you like to do about the skits. I think back in the day it was on Block City. You guys used to do little cartoon skits for battle rappers. I think you did one for Verb, you did one for Surf. Whose idea was that?
Um,
You know what I'm talking about,
well,
right?
yeah, that was undeniable TV, but
Okay.
um, it was some shit that Dash and Verb actually came up with,
Okay.
and
Yeah,
whoever
cause,
I think.
cause listening to you, I it almost sound like it was your idea. Like not listening to like how you say you write skits and things. You know.
Well, I might have planted a seed. I don't know. I'm not saying I did, but we had conversations like that back then all the time. Like, yo, y'all got to do some funny shit. Like anybody who really paid attention to Undeniable TV, like even as far as like the shit that's popular right now on Instagram, like just doing shit like that, skits and schemes. I was doing shit like that back then. Like I had the artist, what was it, West Side Fly, some shit like that.
Mhm.
When when I was wearing the wigs and shit like that. Like, but
Mhm.
we always was trying to just show more to the people than just the rap side of it. Like we humans too, we real people too. Like what I'm saying, we don't just go into some fucking box, write raps and come out. Like what I mean, like so.
Yeah, man.
We always try to incorporate that shit. That's what makes me feel like, and I try to bleed it across so much, like the change that needs to be, the change that needs to be. Because if we was doing this shit almost 10 years ago, and we still here, we not progressing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, like for the fan base that battle rap carries, and everything that you do carries, it should be at a much higher level in your eyes. You're like, we should be way bigger than what we are now. You know, but you think big all
yo,
the time. You naturally think big.
yeah, I do. I try, man. I try to live up there where the wells at.
Well, man, I definitely gotta say thanks again, man. I appreciate your time for this, and I learned a lot myself, even beyond what I already knew. So it was a lot of value, man.
I mean, I appreciate you just reaching out, man. You know, and continue to do what you're doing, man. This is big for hip hop. This is big for battle rap. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, man.
definitely, man. After the battle, man.
I definitely got a lot of things cooking up, man, and I'm ready to take off because I cover. Listen, that's where I'm gonna beat the bloggers. You know, like I'm not really trying to get in here for the politics. I'm really just trying to be as much of a historian and into the sport as much as possible. Like I'm not gonna get into like the what's the word I want to say, the negative aspect of things. I don't want to cover negative media. I don't really want to do the
Word.
beef side of things because it's easy to get the views off negativity. I'm trying to get it off concrete
Mhm.
value, and more importantly, I like to cover all the things that like people aren't covering. That's where I'm gonna beat them. I'm gonna outwork them that way because people just want to cover a URL event, but they don't realize the same day of the URL event, there's like 3 other events going down. There's an event in
Word.
Philly.
Like,
There's an event in Cali. There's an event here, and there's still names battling. People just want to brush over it. So like I'm not trying to brush over URL, but there's more to battle rap than just URL, and people don't remember that.
no, it definitely is, and just the fact that you want to continue to bleed that across shows that you understand the history and what it needs to be. So
Absolutely.
that alone is already gonna stain you into this shit. Trust me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta remember the history, the people who run this shit are part of that history. So they still want their recognition as well.
Hmm.
Like, you know, Smack still, why you think Smack doing his Smack event? He
Yeah,
want recognition for what he put together. You know,
hmm
whether he say it or not, we all want recognition. Just like we had that conversation earlier. We all want recognition for what we do. We all want to be noticed for it.
hmm Yeah, absolutely. I was always a fan. Like I was fanatic, and then I became a more of an analyst after I'm trying to think what battle made me change my whole mindset of things. Well, one battle was Surf and DNA because like I always thought Surf beat DNA lyrically, but he kicked his ass by his delivery. So that's when I'm like, okay, battle rap is different. Like, but you can't judge battles no more just off bars. And then I remember I met Queens Flip back in 2013, and he had a battle rap magazine, and I worked for him. I used to write for the battle rap magazine, so I was a part of media, but like behind the scenes. So I'm like, you know what, man, I love this shit. Like, it's time for me to be vocal, and I know more than half the people that's out here really like popular, or these people don't even know half the things that I know, you know.
Yeah,
So it's
that's
gonna be
that's real shit. You probably know more than some of the people who get paid the most to do this shit.
Yeah, man. I think when we were outside, he told Chris Dub something. He was like, "Yo, man, do your history." In my head, I'm like, "How you gonna ask him this question? Like, you're from Jersey, you should know this. Like, Spee's your big homie, and you up and coming, and you asking him a question that you should know off strength."
He like, yo, you battle daylight? Like what?
And I was like, "What? Yeah." And then I got it crossed up because I mean it's hard to keep up sometimes, but like I knew you battled Daylight. I thought it was on Block City. It was on UW, but that was I think the first UW card or the second. I can't even remember sometimes. There's so much things, but I remember
I think it was.
the second. The
I
second.
think it was the second one.
Yeah, the
And see,
second.
the
That
crazy part is, like, you know, shouts out to my man Dan Duja, man. I'll always be indebted to them dudes for just seeing talent in me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hmm
UW may have seemed bigger then because of the people that was running it then. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were a little more established than Arsenal and Ray Swag are on their own. You know what I'm saying? No knock on them. They trying to get their shit together to grow too, to be who they want to be. But like, you know what I'm saying? So as far as investors and having the money to do whatever they needed, they had the money to do whatever they needed. And I feel like once they backed out, it like it damaged what UW could have been. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right,
Because
right.
then after that, they took that long ass break after the Loaded Lux battle. You know what I mean?
It's
Then when
something
they
about
came back,
there's something about you, Dub, right? And like me as a, I guess I don't want to call myself a blogger. I want to call myself a broadcaster or an analyst, something more professional. Fuck the blogger shit. I want to be a little bit more
yeah, word, I
professional in
like
the
that.
shit. So one thing about you, Dub, right? Like I don't like when people try to critique the business side because they do not know what the fuck goes on. Like I know a little bit, and I know there's so much layers of battle rap that I'll never find out. So for me to speak on it, I look foolish, you know. And so these people will speak really crazy about you, Dub, sometimes. But the one thing I like always wondered about you, Dub, is like, how do they get some of these events to happen with such big names? But then there's such a long gap before the next event, and then more importantly,
You just
they need
answered
to.
your own question.
You know, the finances obviously, but and then I also have questions about like their draft situation. Like I think they get good talent, but I don't think they manage it properly. You know, I'm no one to say it's being managed, but like I think of like Rad B. Rad B is nice. Rad B is young, but Rad B's battled 4 top tier battlers, and combined those 4 battles don't have 1 million views. And UW is a good platform. Those battlers are big names. What's going on, you know? So that means Rad B needs to compete with his class more than chase a big
Well,
name. But you know, that's why I'm like,
think about it like this.
mm-hmm.
See, think about it like this. You just gotta whenever you whenever you question anything, you could compare it to something in life. You just gotta look at it like a life thing. You not gonna respect the guy that just got pushed to the top, or that you feel got pushed to the top, regardless of how it happened.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna look at it like, oh, you got piggyback. Nobody respects that. You got to put the work in. That's what we respect: the work, the hustle, the grind. I personally said to Rabbi a long time ago, yo, listen, you don't need to take all these big names, bro. Work your way through the ranks. You got a big name, cool. Now they know who you are. Now your name is not stained into battle rap, but it's like, oh, I heard of him. Yeah, he battled such and such.
Exactly.
Now, now you attack the guys that are on the come up, the guys that deserve to get these shots. You got to beat those guys because they put in the work to make the people say, well, he deserves such and such. Nobody says you deserve this person because they didn't see you put the work in yet.
Yep.
Now,
And
I ain't mad at him personally.
no,
Like,
yeah. Who's gonna?
who the
No one's
fuck wouldn't want to be 19 years old getting
battling
these
clips,
battles?
Yeah, of course, he's not gonna turn it
But
down.
you know,
But then,
shouts out to L Wisdom, my brother from another
mm-hmm.
mother. Love him to death, but he's a little hard headed, you know. And I told him because he like, you know, for lack of a better word, like he doesn't manage Rad B, but him and Rad B have a close relationship. So it's like L's gonna be there to help Rad B get where he needs to go. I told L Wisdom, listen, slow roll him. And it's not because of the talent. He's a talented kid. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what he's gonna have to deal with. He's gonna have to deal with people not respecting how he got there.
Yeah, man. For the up and coming guys, they need to bang with their era. It compares to boxing, where it's like you people look at your legacy, like if you competed with your era, people that you were coming up
Mm-hmm.
with, and you're one up with them. Because when you create the classes with people in your era, it matters so much more than creating a good battle with a big name. You know, if Rad B battles a Ready Rock, and they're both from Jersey, and they put on a really good battle in the draft, they both are getting looked at, and they're both gonna get booked, and it
Like,
progresses.
boom, perfect example. Rad B battled Gwitty, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good battle for Rad B. Should have happened a lot sooner than what it did. Because I think
Yeah, timing matters. Timing is a big thing.
Rad B felt bigger than Gwitty and didn't put the mind frame that he needed or the time that he needed into that battle. Because why would you? You battled T-Rex. You battled Charlie Eclipse. Fuck is Gwitty when you're talking about these guys. So
Right.
why would I even try to put my mind in the frame of this is like a load of lux to me? Me personally, anytime I battle somebody, you load of lux. So I don't care if you never battled before in your life because me personally, that's where talent comes from.
Yes,
Some
you give your
one day
effort to
they
everybody. You give your effort to everybody the same. That's for
yeah.
sure.
There was a time when DNA was a nobody. There was a time when Arsenal was a nobody.
People
All
forget
these
that.
people were
Yeah,
nobodies before.
people forget that. Like I have flyers of old battle rap events where Arsenal is like the undercard of the undercard, where DNA is the undercard, where all these people are undercards and they're not known. You know, they opened the show.
There was a time when Johnny Storm was bigger than DNA. Remember that?
Yeah, 2009 Battle of the Bay,
Johnny
of
Storm
course.
Johnny Storm was headlining grind time cars, and DNA was just like a person on the car. He's probably like the second biggest battler right now in battle rap next to Arsenal, if you ask me.
Yeah, man. It's all those things are funny to me, man. When I
And he
see
might
that.
be bigger with that ESPN move. Like that might have shot him and Kayshawn through the stars as far as
Mm-hmm.
recognition in battle rap. Like, you know, like Charlie Clips and Hitman and them, they doing Wildin' Out, but Wildin' Out is like the sister to battle rap. Like it's like, hey, you get big enough in battle rap, you can get on Wildin' Out. Like
Right.
so, you know, not no knock to it. You know, it's just they incorporate. It's a beautiful shot. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm quite sure if these guys are smart enough, like they getting all kind of acting roles and shit like that through this. You know, commercial endorsements and things like that. You know, that's what you should be thinking. So I hope they will be thinking that way. So there's no knock to Nick Cannon because Nick Cannon's a fucking business mogul. That guy's brain is fucking amazing. So I'm not knocking them for being on the show or nothing like that. I'm just saying it's like it gives battle rappers hope. Let me say it that way without me sounding like I'm down in it. Like, you know, it's like, oh shit, nigga, I could get on TV. I could be on Wild 'N Out, nigga. Like, you know, who's telling
Right.
where I could go from? Ain't no telling where I could go from there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm quite sure the poise, the attitude, you know what I mean, the reputation that you conceded and Hitman Hollers brought behind them is what made these other entities like ESPN and things like that look at your K-Shines and your DNAs and say, hey, we could do business with these guys. These battles that we see, they're not really like that. Like, these guys are real business-wise smart kids, man. This is cool. Like,
Right.
like so they made them do a fucking battle in a barbershop over a football game. Like, for real, come on. Like, so you gotta love that part of it. You gotta love where we see we can get from it, because I'm quite sure every battle rapper only thought like, yo, I'm doing battle rap to get a little known, so that I could try to, you know what I mean, get my music
Oh
shit off the
yeah,
ground.
man. Everybody's battle rap first goal was to get some kind of a deal or get their music to break through, because battle rap wasn't big or really wasn't known and respected like as it is now, and we didn't have the YouTube or the social media, so like you would battle to get on these DVDs, but before the DVD will even play your battle, it played interviews from artists, it played music, had music videos, had ciphers, had freestyles, and then the battle came out. So then it was just like, okay,
At the
hopefully,
very end.
hopefully somebody will stay long enough to watch the DVD, see my battle, and be like, hey, this guy's nice. Let's check out his music. And that's
It
all
just
you
so
got.
happens that the
That's a,
battles were the most popular part of the DVD.
yep. Nobody planned for it to be that way, and you know.
Nah. It was just that energy. It's that energy that everybody flocks to. Everybody that loves battle rap because of that energy.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think Tay Rock is who he is? He's not the most lyrical. By far not the most lyrical. But the energy that he has.
He came a long way too, and you know what? You saw him in one of his prime moments, where I think you were at the Kaboom and Tay Rock battle back in 2009, because I think you shot a couple of the battle rappers outside, like they was like spitting ciphers, talking. That's when T-Rex and Math was just about to get set up, so Euro was just about to be born. So you were there and you witnessed it. Man, he's come a long way.
A hell of a long way. The only reason I battled Dan Bars is because UW promised me the Tay-Rock battle if I cleaned them up. They said, you do a good enough job, we got Tay-Rock for you. And I think I destroyed Dan Bars.
I always looked at Dan Bars as the counterpart of J400 Block, but the Harlem version. Like, always around. Everybody knew him. And he has bars, but his wasn't as popular as a battle rapper, but he could battle. I always looked at him as like the counterpart of things, because everybody knew who both of them were, respectively, just not in the ring.
See, I always looked at Dan Bars like he was the more street one out their crew. So it
Right.
was like, yeah, we gotta get Dan a battle when they ain't gonna beat one of us up. So that's why I thought, you know what I mean, they kept incorporating Dan in the battles. Cause I think like ain't Farrah and Dan like brother and sister or some shit like that.
I think so, man. I think so.
You know, I don't know
Oh,
how
yeah.
cool he was about Keyshawn, you know, bunking his sister, but
That's a whole nother story. And then beyond rap and business, I'm sure the battle rap world is fucking crazy with all the like the social aspect that's behind the scenes.
Man, listen, it's stories upon stories, man.
Uh,
Just put it like this:
give me
battle rappers are funny.
give me one. Like you don't have to reveal too much, but give me one story that you just like, psst, man. Like I know you have tons in the book, but tell me about one moment that's just like it's just had you shocked or flabbergasted.
Let's see. What was it? What was a good one? Oh man, the fight that almost happened. Beautiful.
Between who?
story.
Between who?
Battle rap. Let's say this: URL might not had it continued on after the night, the same night that Surf Battle DNA, I think it was.
Really?
Or
Really?
Red was set to battle this kid named Oasis. Fucking, I don't even know who this dude was.
I remember that. He was supposed to battle. He didn't battle, and he ended up battling Joe Light that night.
I'm gonna tell you what happened.
No, actually, before you even get to it, the person supposed to battle, his name was Rhino. I remember this.
Rhino, there it is.
You
That's
see,
what
look,
Oasis. Rhino.
you see, yo, Spee, I'm telling you, bro.
Yo, I
I'm
fucks with you, my nigga. Like I fucks with you, my nigga. Like real shit.
I'm a historian, man. I'm telling you.
So we like 30 deep in the joint. And I mean, we still outnumbered though. Like nigga, the Bronx is in there heavy. You feel me?
Joe Light,
But we a bunch of Jersey niggas, you know. Ain't nobody about to be disrespecting us nowhere. The nigga Old Red rapping, the nigga Joe Light in the crowd, screaming and shit, talking throughout the whole battle. So the nigga Old Red like, yo man, shut the fuck up. You know Joe Light. That's my brother though.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Joe Light. That's my fucking bro. I love that nigga. That's my brother right there. Crazy fucking nigga he is. So Joe Light, like, man, shut the fuck up. I'll slap the shit out you. Niggas
boy.
like, what? Fuck you think? We immediately dive off the stage, everybody. You got like...
Oh, that explains why I think that same night Head Ice and Tech 9 battled somewhere differently.
Exactly, peep it. So we dive off the stage like 30 deep. Like, I don't know what the fuck kind of juice Beasley drink, but he always seemed to get in between a crowd of people and just see that shit. Like, stop, no one moves. Like, so niggas separated or whatever. Like, so we all go outside. So, you know, of course, we a bunch of hood niggas, so everybody's still plotting their little schemes. Like, man, we gonna get this nigga this way, catch the niggas going that way. Dash, the brain that he is, he like, yo, all this beef and shit, like, man, this shit ain't gonna make nobody no money. Like, fuck all that. He like, yo, y'all niggas feel some type of way, y'all gonna battle. So everybody looking at Dash like, fuck you mean, battle? Like, man, he about to turn shit up out here. You bugging. Like, so he ends up talking to Joe Light. He ends up talking to Old Red. So now we ends up in
this little store that had like the train symbols in the back. I remember this.
I'm trying to remember where it was at. Was it in Harlem? But it was like a tattoo parlor that had like a train setup.
It was in Harlem.
Yeah, you might know the spot. It's a tattoo parlor that got like the train, the seating areas is like trains or some shit. Like, look dope though. So we go up into the spot or whatever. When we get into the spot, you know, these niggas still super mad, super aggressive. Like you could see it during the battle, like, you know. So
yeah. In the battle there was spitting and there wasn't a lot of reaction because I'm sure there was still tension now that you're describing the story. And I'm from the Bronx, so I know of Joe. I know a lot of Joe Light. So when I saw him battling O-Red, and like my first O-Red battle actually wasn't those battles. my first time really tuning into O-Red heavy was when he battled the other guy from Baltimore outdoors, and then I went back to study. I think Hayes.
Man,
Yeah, and
yeah, Black Hayes.
then I tuned back to watch all of O-Red's past battles, and I saw him like, oh, he battled Joe Late. Oh, he battled Moneybags. And then his battle with Joe Late, I was like disappointed because I was a big Joe Late fan at the time. So I was like, wow, this didn't turn out to be how I would have thought because he went stupid against Black Hayes. So I'm thinking he's like this all the time. And then I was a young fan at the time, so I didn't realize there could be such fluctuation for things.
See, there again, that whole conversation we had before about the tension in battle rap. Because of the tension in that battle, O-Red didn't want a battle. Like, he did that shit on the strength because, like, Dash really, like, calmed the whole situation. It was like, yo, it was like, everybody, like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, get you some footage. Like, fuck that. Like, that's what we came here for. To get you some footage. Get the footage. Like, so once it got to that point, like, you can't tell that man not to still be mad though or feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta congratulate him more as a man for him accepting the shit he had to go through to do that battle. Like,
man,
you gotta remember, we still in the heart of New York, my nigga. So we still outnumbered. They could call up their peoples at any given moment and box
just having this conversation and then going back to the composure aspect of things of how you handle the battle. I remember Joe had this battle on Blue Collar against this guy named Jay Dice. Jay Dice was nice. He battled Cortez. He called out Goods, and that's when Joe had
down.
Yeah, that's when Joe did the son, let it clap, bang his hat, and then he banged his hat, and then I was just like, whoa. And after that, everything Jay Day spit was just irrelevant, and I was like, wow. And that was the first time I seen that, like, on camera, like, being so young, that, like, a battler can change the whole perception of just, like,
the composure. You know who Jay Dice run with right now?
Who?
Don Q.
Really?
Go watch you some old Don Q freestyles. Watch who you see in the background, fat as hell. Not even fat, just cocky as hell.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, oh, shit, look at the nigga Jay Dice. The story was that I heard that the nigga got caught for some indecent exposure shit with this thing out paused on a fire escape. And some lady called police on him. Like, that's the story I heard. You know, people lie. Like, right. I'm quite sure he wasn't going all that time for that. Like, but it was funny. But damn, yeah, man, like, the history of this shit, you see what I'm saying, though? The history of this shit is so deep, man. It's like, it's so real. Like, man. Like, people don't even know about me and Lux in the back of his building, 4 or 5 hours, just going back and forth, freestyling with each other.
There's a picture of you and Lux in the Lions Den when you guys had a face-off, but it wasn't, like, for a battle. It was just, like, for, I think, a mixtape song. And I think he was like fresh off the Lions Den event. He had a black Lions Den shirt on, and then you both just stand each other down. The photos in gray. I remember that. So that's why, like, back in the day, like, at least before you all blew up, when you were calling out, like, names, when Joe Light, I don't know, remember Fox 5, when they were calling out names like Arsenal, Orwed, Cortez, Math, people was like, who are you to call these people out? I'm like, what do you mean, who are they? Like, they're in the same era with them.
For real, like. We put in the same work, if not more.
Yeah, there's tons of guys that just fell off the map, and I can name them for days, man. But thanks for that story, man. I'm sure next time I see you, man, we're definitely gonna chop it up, bro.
Yo, for real, man. Like, hey, man. For anybody listening, for anybody who gonna hear this later on, like, this shit right here, like, we could have went 4 or 5 hours talking about the history of this shit. You know what I mean? But
we can make this a series. We could talk about this a whole other time now. This could be a series, a segment now.
Hey, man, just get in tune, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you so much, bro. Like I said, continue to do what you're doing, man. For real, man. After the battle.
Good looking, brother. Have a good one, man.
You too, bro.
And I'll definitely see you at one of these events soon. So you'll see me.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll be at the Smack event Saturday. So.
Woo! You got the invite. You know, good luck. Oh man, all right, behind the scenes shit. O-Red got some shit, bro. I know it. Yeah. He's a small room battler. What's dangerous about O-Red? I'm sorry to cut you off. What's dangerous about O-Red, right? This is just me being the analyst of O-Red over his years. He can adapt. He has he's not the best performer, and he's a good writer, but he's battled people that have better pens, and he's beaten them. at the pen.
Mm-hmm.
He's battled better performers, and he's outperformed them. He's battled more unorthodox people, and he's been more unorthodox, which is crazy. For me personally,
Well, right now he candidate for Battle of the Year for this year. He really put the work in this year.
His early years, he always had the big name, and to me, always kind of dropped the ball. Like he battled Verb, he could have killed Verb. He could have easily killed Verb that night. That wasn't a good Verb. He dropped the ball. He battled Hitman, decent battle. You feel me? It wasn't until like down the line he beat Rex. I mean, actually, he beat Rex prior to Hitman, but like
he beat Rex and Calico.
Yeah, he did, and he has a lot of names.
Calico bad.
He has a lot of names that like are bigger than him, and he beat them. Like he beat X Factor like right after Summer Madness 1. I remember the first UW card, and nobody talks about that. He beat X Factor bad. X Factor came off the DNA battle.
He beat a hot X Factor.
Yeah, and nobody talks about that. You know,
Word.
So like his biggest wins, or at least his biggest battles per se, but name wise, isn't where he shines. It's the way he shines against the people that like are really skilled and talented and hungry, like the Rum Nitty. You know, when he battled Big K. You know, like people in that kind of class. You know what I'm saying? People that aren't overly popular but have the skill set to push him.
He excels versus talent.
Yes, there we go.
Versus the talent. Like,
exactly.
He pushes his pen versus talent.
There we go. That's exactly what I was trying to. You said it perfectly. Yeah, man.
Word up, man. But you know, hey, man, just get in tune with me, man. You know, I might have some updates on what happened that night.
No doubt. It's in New York.
Yeah, so you know, it ain't nothing.
You know what would be crazy to me? Like if it's in one of the old spots that was used back in the day, or if
I don't even know the location yet. Like they're not going to tell us until
the day off.
Till after, because they making everybody come out the night before type shit and all that. So.
And then what I was gonna say, and what would really help to bring the old school feel is if they keep the camera views limited, like 1 or 2 camera views. You know, that's what that's what gave you the old battle rap feel when like you just looked at the battler because there was only one camera at a time, so like you didn't have multiple views. And you focus on the rapping more too.
Focus on the you was focused on the rap and not the entertainment side of it.
Exactly. I look forward to that shit.
I hope it's as big as what I plan for it to be. You know,
that shit could be a game changer.
All right, bro. Like I said, I appreciate you, man. You know,
no doubt.
Stay tuned, man.
Have a good night, my brother.
You too.
Peace.